Hi family, we are back again with another reaction. Today we'll be looking at top 10 places to visit in Australia from the channel Ryan Chanel. We've done a couple of reactions to Australians and I just remember we've not actually checked out places to visit there. If peradventure, God did it for us to come to
over.
Australia. And then the only
Or
city I
God
know,
touches your heart to bring us over.
the only city I know in Australia is in Melbourne. Melbourne. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. So let's
Doesn't
get
sound right to you.
let's get right into the videos, guys.
My name is Ryan, and I recently returned from exploring down under, and I want to share with you my favorite places.
like what
So
we
here's
saw.
my
That was
Australia
it. I know, that
top
was
10.
it.
Yeah. Are you sure?
I feel like that's
The sites always brings out what it
Australia is a massive country,
Kangaroo.
home to some of the
Definitely.
world's most beautiful and diverse
What the
landscapes, from the
hell
pristine
is
beaches of Esperance to the tropical island of Lord Howe.
Do you know what is blowing my mind right now? You know, the last video we did 50 things that is only possible in Australia. We were meant to understand Australia has up to 11,000 beaches. And this video, I'm just opening my mind to the possibility of the beauties of beaches we are going to be discovering today.
Sorry, I have one question. Like, how is this? Will I call this ocean? Or yeah, it's ocean, right? How is it so blue?
Blue, colorful, and the oh god. This is crazy.
How Australia is waiting to be experienced. Let's start this video off on Tasmania. Located off of Australia's southeast coast, Tasmania is an island home to some of the country's best nature and wildlife. I spent a few days road tripping Tasmania, and I was blown away by the beauty of this place. One of the main reasons I wanted to come here was to visit Cradle Mountain. It's located in the Central Highlands of Tasmania, and the area is part of Cradle Mountain Lake St. Clair National Park, and it's home to some of the most beautiful scenery in Tasmania. What really drew me to the area is the wombats. They're the cutest animals I've ever seen, and there was this place called Ronnie Creek where you could go on these raised walkways, and we saw at least 20 wombats. I mean, it was so peaceful to hear them munch on the grass. We talk about nature ASMR.
This is so good. It's so cool.
Now, another incredible place in Tasmania is Cape Way. Located on the Tasman Peninsula, Cape Way is home to some of the tallest sea cliffs in the southern hemisphere. You can reach
It reminds me of a movie.
Yeah, that was actually what came to my mind when I saw that place.
I think Lord of the Ring or
Is it Lord of the Rings?
a elfish kind of
Yeah. Immediately I saw that location, that was the first thing
that came to a movie
my mind.
scene. Actually, this is everything we're seeing now is just brain busting to us because seeing the beauties of this country. Do we have such beautiful places like?
Have you seen your ocean? Our ocean is
We're not
theoretically is
trying to
muddy.
compare, but
It's
to be
muddy.
honest, you feel like we're overreacting, but it's unlike what anything we've seen in our lives. To be very honest. This is so
by
cool.
a 10-kilometer hike, but we decided to take a boat tour out to Cape Way. It took us about an hour to get there, and the views along the way were amazing. Once we reached Cape Way, I was just amazed by the size of the rocks and sea cliffs. It was such a spectacular area. After, we're going to head to the mainland to visit Western Australia. Before I came to Australia, I thought it would be feasible to road trip across the country in a day or two until I realized it was a 40-hour drive from Sydney. The 4-hour flight is definitely a faster option, but if you want to do a week or two road trip, it would be an incredible drive. Now, the capital of Western Australia is Perth, which is the 4th most populous city in the country. What I particularly liked about Western Australia...
He said something. He said the capital of Western Australia
is Perth.
Is there like...
No, which state now? State and capital. Akwa Ibom, Umuahia, Uyo. The state and the capital.
I was...
is its coastline. The beaches are home to white sands, crystal clear waters, and kangaroos just chilling on the beaches. The area around Esperance is particularly beautiful. It's home to some of the whitest sand in Australia and the world. And I can't believe the beauty of this place. Now, special thanks to my friend Earthwish Tom for sharing his footage of Esperance. He makes great videos of Australia, and I'll link his channel in the description so you can check them out. One of my favorite beaches in Esperance is Twilight Beach. It's located 10 minutes outside the town of Esperance. And it has this massive rock just off the coast that is popular for some cliff jumping. Another beautiful place in the area is Cape Le Grand. It's a pristine coastline home to these untouched beaches, and maybe you'll see some kangaroos roaming around. After, we're going to head into Australia's center to visit the outback. Now when you look at Australia from space, you'll notice that basically all the cities are on the coast, but the interior of the country is an orange, desolate landscape with hardly anyone living there, and that's the outback. The most iconic landmark in the outback is Uluru, or Ayers Rock. It's a massive monolith made up of sandstone. You can reach the area by flying into the nearby town of Ulara, or also by making the 4-hour drive from Alice Springs. Now Uluru is a sacred site for the indigenous Australians, and it's believed to be a resting place for ancient spirits. There's definitely an energy there, and it's just bizarre how it sits alone in the desolate outback. Afterwards, we're going to head over to Brisbane. Located on the east coast, Brisbane was founded in 1820.
Which means like most of Australians are actually living on the coastlines of Australia. And I think now I understand, because wait, is it not Australia that they normally talk about crocs?
Yes, alligator.
Big alligator, big pythons, and everything.
Giant dogs. There's
wait, this same Australia.
Kangaroos, spiders, and snakes. Yeah.
Why is that looking like the way they are talking about it on TikTok and everything like that?
You don't hear animals like this, you expect to see more of forests.
Wow.
And today it's the third most populous city in Australia and the capital of Queensland. It's a beautiful city built on the Brisbane River and has an average of 260 days of sunshine per year. Just an hour from Brisbane is the Gold Coast, which is this incredible city with a huge beach contrasted with skyscrapers.
Sorry, I have one small question. Sorry, I just paused in a few seconds. Seeing that this city is close to the sea and everything,
talking about natural disasters.
Yeah.
Does it occur in Australia?
Yeah, does things
because
like
they have
tsunami,
really land mass of water.
So,
but we've never had any of it from there. Or probably we've
maybe
not researched.
Setting, you can embark to the Glasshouse Mountains. Located about an hour's drive from Brisbane, the Glasshouse Mountains are a group of 13 volcanic peaks. They are some of the most peculiar mountains I've ever seen. The tallest is Mount Birwa, with an elevation of 556 meters. If you want to see them from the air, you can take a scenic plane tour to witness these unique mountains. After, we're going to visit Whitehaven Beach. Regularly voted as one of the best beaches in the world, Whitehaven Beach is located on the Whitsundays Island. You can reach it by taking a boat or seaplane. The boat tour is the most affordable option, and you can reach Whitehaven by departing from places such as Airlie Beach or Shute Harbour on the mainland. Once you arrive at Whitehaven, you'll be amazed by the surrounding scenery. The sand is made up of silica, giving it its white color, and when combined with the blue ocean water, it creates this swirly turquoise mix that winds back into the island's inlet, and it's just incredible to look at. You can get an elevated view of the area from the Hill Inlet Lookout. I mean, this place is on another level. Another incredible destination on the nearby mainland is Cape Hillsborough National Park. Now, when I imagine Australia, kangaroos on the beach always come to mind, and Cape Hillsborough is one of the best places in the country to see them roaming on the coast. If you want the best chances of seeing them, you can wake up around 5 a.m. to witness the kangaroos and wallabies on the beach for sunrise. I mean, it's such an incredible setting with the rising sun and the kangaroos feeding on the mangrove sea pods and seaweed. After, we're going to head back to the ocean to visit probably one of the most famous places in Australia, the Great Barrier Reef. It's located in the northeastern coast of Australia, and it's the biggest reef system in the world, stretching over 2,300 kilometers. It can be seen from space and is the world's largest structure made by living organisms. It's easy to see why it's one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. It's home to over 10% of all the ocean's fish species, and there's also plenty of whales and sharks. I mean, it would be a dream to scuba dive here one day. A potential city to access the Great Barrier Reef from is Cairns. It's located near some of the most prime coral reefs and islands of the Great Barrier Reef, and you can reach it by taking a 40-minute boat ride from Cairns. Afterwards, we're going to head up north to visit the Daintree Rainforest. Located about a 3-hour drive from Cairns, the Daintree Rainforest is a combination of massive mountains, pristine beaches, and possibly the oldest rainforest in the world, which began over 110 million years ago. The rainforest is home to animals such as the southern cassowary, and I particularly like the area around Cape Tribulation. I mean, it's just so scenic with mountains covered in lush vegetation. It's definitely one of my favorite places in Australia when it comes to natural beauty. After, we're going to head back to Australia's cities to visit Sydney. Located on the southeast coast, Sydney was founded back in 1788 as a British penal colony, and today it's the most populous city in Australia of around 5 million people. It's home to the real famous Opera House, which was opened in 1973. I really like the beaches around Sydney. One of the most famous ones is Bondi Beach. It's located just 20 minutes outside of Sydney, and it's a massive beach and has some really cool pools alongside the ocean. Just down the coast is also Bronte Beach. It's smaller than Bondi Beach, but has its own charm, and there's this really cool public pool called Bronte Baths that you can get in if you don't want to swim in the ocean. A beautiful place outside of Sydney is the Blue Mountains. They are located about an hour and a half's drive from Sydney, and it's this incredible mountain range that has a famous distinct color due to a combination of eucalyptus oil droplets from the forest combining with water vapor and dust, creating a blue hue. A great lookout point in the mountains is from the Three Sisters. It's only a short walk to the lookout, and you'll get an amazing view of the rock pinnacles and the mountains in the background. After, we're going to head to Melbourne, located in the state of Victoria, about 9 hours drive from Sydney. Melbourne is the second most populous city in Australia and was ranked the world's most livable city 7 years in a row. There's a lot to do around Melbourne, such as taking a drive through the scenic Blackspur Forest. One of the most famous places in the area is the 12 Apostles. Located about a 3 hours drive from Melbourne, the 12 Apostles is a set of limestone sea stacks. There was originally 8 of them, but one collapsed in 2005 due to the constant erosion of waves and wind. While you're there, you can marvel at the stacks from the boardwalk and many viewpoints. For our final destination, we're going to visit Lord Howe Island. Located in the Tasman Sea between Australia and New Zealand, you can reach Lord Howe Island by taking a 2-hour flight from Sydney. The island is just insanely beautiful. It's called the Hawaii of Australia, and after visiting it, I understand why. There can only be 400 tourists on the island at a time, and another interesting fact about Lord Howe is that it's the largest island ever to eradicate all its rats, which in turn has allowed the birds and wildlife to flourish here. One of the main reasons I wanted to go to Lord Howe Island was to visit Ball's Pyramid. It's the tallest sea stack in the world with a height of 572 meters. It's one of the wildest rock formations I've ever seen, as it sits alone in the desolate ocean. Now, to get to Ball's Pyramid, it was about an hour boat ride from Lord Howe Island. We went with this tour company called Reef and Beyond Eco Tours, and it was an adventure getting there. We boated around the entire sea stack, and I was just baffled by the scale of this place. I felt like Jack Sparrow discovering a treacherous island. We were going to snorkel in the water, but the sea was too rough, so it wasn't possible. After exploring Ball's Pyramid, we headed back to Lord Howe Island and got some incredible views on the way. While we were on Lord Howe, we had bikes to get around, and we did some great hikes. One of my favorites was Malabar Kim's. There were some incredible views of the sea cliffs, and then we walked on the ridgeline to Kim's Lookout, and we were able to get an amazing view of the full island. I mean, this place is paradise. Another one of my favorite things that we did on the island was snorkeling. Lord Howe is home to the southernmost coral reef in the world, so there's tons of great snorkeling spots. We went to Ned's Beach and had a great time swimming in the warm, clear waters. We saw plenty of fish and a few sea turtles. Now for sunset, I love going down to Lagoon Beach to watch the sun light up the mountains of Lord Howe. Places don't get more perfect than this island. Well, that is it for my Australia top 10. I'm barely scratching the surface. I mean, there's so much to see in this incredible country, so I'll be back for part 2. Let me know where your favorite place is in Australia in the comments below. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at shirley.films. It's Ryan, and we will see you later.
Bye.
To be honest, right, the main reason why I know Melbourne, it was from a singer. He's actually sang Help and You Are the Voice. I don't know why I'm forgetting his name right now. So please help me with his name in the comment section. I watched his performances in Melbourne. So that was why I know the place in Australia, Melbourne. And I'm supposed to know Sydney because Sydney is like a very talked about, capital. But altogether, right, this is...
I don't know if it is me though, or maybe he did not tour that part of the place. But there's something I don't feel like they talked about there, which is the... like, I think the whole of this video, like, only 3 types of animals were shown. But the Australia, like I said, that I have,
No, he's not here to give us a tour of Australian animals. He's showing us places to visit in Australia.
Because...
Are you curious to see animals?
It's like what... I feel like that's what I have known them. Like, before I got to start checking out the Australian people
Culture
or
and
their
everything.
culture and everything, right? What I have always, what man,
Had.
like, yeah,
Especially their spiders and kangaroos. Very popular, yeah.
yeah. Like there was this one I
Really
watched that
popular.
I think the alligator was ringing the doorbell.
Yeah.
So things like that, I was like, I'm actually curious to see because,
But you guys have
uh,
fascinating landscape.
yeah,
Really
definitely,
beautiful.
definitely,
Seeing that the
definitely.
beach with the white sand, the white heaven beach.
Like,
I
it,
hope
felt,
I'm getting it
it
correctly.
literally looked like AI generated video for
Yes, you
me
said
though
that when the
at
video
first.
started.
But then realizing that that was white sand.
It's great.
I've never actually seen white sand. Have we seen white sand before?
I've seen black and brown.
Yes, black
And
sand.
loamy.
Anyway, I guess me, I don't
But
really.
Australia really has a lot of fascinating places. Like we don't even know prior to this time, but it's actually great seeing their landscape, seeing beaches, and the lights of and seeing that the beaches are not just beaches but beautiful beaches.
Yeah.
It's
And then are
crazy.
kangaroos dangerous?
Kangaroos, they only
Yeah.
fight. They wrestle.
Because, like I said, like most of the things, like the kangaroos I'm seeing in this video, they look so cute.
Yes.
Do you
But the
understand?
kangaroo will
But the
see
ones
9 feet, 10 feet.
exactly with masculine builds, that's I'm like what's going on?
Let me know what you think about this video down there. Do not forget to like, subscribe. I love you guys. See you on my next one. Bye.